What's going on, everybody? My name is Tim Ruswick, and today I wanted to talk about the power of flexibility in your consistency. So, we talk a lot about consistency on the channel. It is a big subject. I've been trying to do that myself, posting videos every single day for the last 11 months. Consistency is super, super important, and it's something that I'm working on in my game and all the things that I do because I know that every time I've gotten results in life, it has been because of consistency. But there's a dark side to consistency, and that is burnout and overworkingness and mental fatigue and doing things so many times daily over and over and over again where it can start to weigh on you in a way. And like for me personally, like when I pick on something to do daily, and I have a series of things in an app called Habit Bull that I use that I track on my phone. And there's a little option to just say this is a daily thing, like it's a habit basically. And every day I would log in and I just tap that thing when I do it. I use this for like, going outside and getting walks in, taking vitamins, making a video every day, working on my game, that sort of thing. And what I realized was when I first started using that, uh, it was good. It was effective because I like to have the 100% consistency rate. If I miss a day, it will never go back up to 100% again. It'll tell me I am 97% consistent or whatever it is. And that would drive me crazy. And I would just, then I'd want to quit if I missed a day, right? Like it was just, oh, well, I missed one day. So fuck it. I can't do it anymore. And I noticed this pattern a couple times in myself and like little things like taking a walk, right? I like to wake up in the morning. First thing I do, take a walk out with. Sometimes I have a dog, sometimes I don't. Um, just out in the sunshine, wake up a little bit, just take in the fresh air, that kind of thing. And uh, that's not always possible. Some days I have to get up real quick and like maybe I have a meeting or something. Some days I oversleep or some days just weird, crazy things happen to where there's no time there. And I started to realize that one, like I was really beating myself up on days that I would miss stuff like this because I would just be like, oh, I missed it, I missed it, I missed it, I can't do this. But two, like I started to realize that why am I making everything so like black and white? And like I started to look back at my life and see like, okay, every time there's something that's like black and white, that's like yes or no or boom, like straight up like just so black and white that like there's no room for a gray area. It's unhealthy. It doesn't tend to work. And so I discovered flexibility and I started being a little more flexible in the things that I was doing. And especially with daily habits and with consistency, I have seen a massive increase in the ability in my productivity and the things I'm able to get done just by being a little flexible. And this is kind of the reason that I have been able to make videos for as long as I have every single day is because I don't make them every day at the same time over and over again. Some days I'll sit down and I'll make 3 of them and they'll be scheduled out. Some days I don't make them till 6 a.m. when they go out at 9 a.m. because I'm still up from a long night of working. Some days I just get really, really inspired and I want to sit down and I want to make that thing right there and I just do it. And then some days like, it's less inspiring. Some days I don't have it in me and I will use something that I've recorded in the past. I like to keep a few of them around because it's just things happen, life happens, right? And that flexibility has allowed me to be so consistent. And I definitely like so many things have happened in the last year of making videos, right? Like videos are a perfect example because you've seen me post every single day. Like we had a hurricane that came and knocked out the power for 2 days. Uh, I have done traveling. I've taken a week off. I've done a series of different things that like otherwise would have derailed my consistency. I would have taken away that streak of mine of just constantly moving forward every single day and making a video. And I feel like when I tell people to be consistent or I say they ask me like how I get my game stuff done and I tell them I'm just consistent at it, like maybe it's 10 minutes a day, maybe it's 8 hours a day, but whatever it is, I just move forward. I feel like they're taking it to mean that black and white, you got to do it every single day, no matter what kind of thing. And what I'm really saying is, you just kind of got to move forward every single day. And some days it can't be in the same time. Some days, you know, you got to do it at the end of the day instead of the beginning of the day. Some days you got to skip a day and do it twice as much the next day. Some days you just have to be flexible. And this was kind of scary for me because this is something that, like, I'm I guess you could say I'm a little bit lazy sometimes. And if there is a loophole like this, I will find a way to exploit it. And so I have to watch myself. And I came up with a rule called never to rule. And basically it's my kind of rule of, like, I don't have to do things perfectly every single day, but I will never let 2 days go by where I'm not back on track. So in other words, if I miss a day, that's cool, but the next day I'm gonna hit it twice as hard. Like, always. That's the rule. Like, it's totally fine if I mess up one day and I miss a day and I can't be consistent, but I can never go 2 days like that ever in a row. And that rule, I think, has allowed me a little bit of flexibility. It's allowed me this ability to kind of continue with things and still be consistent at it. And for those of you wondering, like, you know, how are you going to do this every single day? How can you possibly be consistent like that? You just got to be flexible. You got to look at life as many shades of gray. You got to look at life as, like, stuff that happens, and you just got to roll with it. And you got to get good at adapting. But whatever it is, just make sure you're always moving forward. That's the main thing. It's not so much about putting an actual 10 minutes in a day or putting an actual 4 hours in a day. It's just about always moving forward. And the effort's not consistent. The mental state isn't consistent. The things that happen to you and your responsibilities aren't always consistent. But if you're always moving forward, I think you're in a good place. So that's my little rant about flexibility, and I hope you found it useful. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment down below. Let me know if this has played a big role in your life. Let me know if flexibility is something that you've used and it's worked for you, or maybe the lack of flexibility has hurt your consistency. Let me know down below. But once again, my name is Tim Ruswick, and I'll see you again tomorrow.